Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We'll just give it a few more minutes for everyone to join, inshallah. We'll start at 10:35, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. It's 10:32 now. Just see on YouTube, there's quite a number of people. On the stream, we don't have much. Let's just see. Okay, we'll get started now, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, for those that are joining us on Zoom now, and for those that are joining us on YouTube Live, and for those that will be watching later, inshallah. This is a workshop specifically for parents on what QuranBook is about first, and how QuranBook can help them or help you as a parent be on this journey of Quran with your child, right? So that your child is not the only one doing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick presentation of overview of why QuranBook and how it helps parents and teachers. And then we'll go into the parent application itself, and we're going to launch a new feature today that many parents have been asking for. And Alhamdulillah, it is finally here, and you'll see it soon. So QuranBook is an application that has been developed for Hifz schools, specifically for teachers to capture lessons and then take that lessons and communicate it to parents with ease. Right? So they can communicate these lessons via WhatsApp, which we launched yesterday in the teacher workshop. And they can also communicate this via the app and also communicate it via email. Now, prior to QuranBook, Sahif schools used to use this doorbook system. And the doorbook system would have teachers capture the lessons the child did in class in a book. They would write it down, what the child recited, how many mistakes the child made, how many repeat mistakes, and then they would put in a comment. The teacher would put in a comment, and then the teacher would sign, and then this book would have to go home, and then the parent would then have to put their own comment in, and they would have to sign back, and then this would go back and forth. That is how the system used to be before. Now, the issues with this doorbook is that there are gaps in communication. Right, let me just remove this. There are gaps in communication, like the parents sometimes they don't get the book, and the child signs their own book, so the parent doesn't know what is happening in the classroom, right? And the parent is not on the journey of Quran with their child, and there's difficulties in tracking student progress. Like you want to know how much your child finished, how far they are they progressing, are they moving? So these are all questions that parents constantly ask, and it's not easy to dissect and basically, like, look at the book and be like, okay, this, I have the answer. And there's lack of long-term progress also with regards to the book. Like, it doesn't give you a quick summary of what is happening. So alhamdulillah, we've built an application that helps teachers capture lessons with ease. And the app allows teachers to capture lessons in various formats. Now, in 2024, we launched the app to the wider South African community. We opened it up for everyone. And alhamdulillah, we've got a number of schools that have joined the application itself. And these schools, they really helped us in shaping how the application must be built and what can help them in making their lives easier, and also in communicating this with the parents. So alhamdulillah, the 2024 year was a year where we focused really on providing the teacher and the school with the necessary tools to capture enough data such that we can then take that and then communicate it with the parents. So in 2024, there was not a lot of updates on the parent application. There was few updates here and there. But this year, inshallah, there will be much more updates on the parent side. And the reason is because we had to build the foundation of the teacher app to ensure that the teacher captures the data that is sufficient for parents, or the data that is correct and that is required for parents to see. So this is just a comment that one of the parents made when we developed the application, that QuranBook's real-time updates allow me to closely follow my son's progress throughout his school day, giving me time to understand and process his learning journey, which is a significant improvement over the traditional book. So we sent out a form now for people to apply for this workshop or register for this workshop. And everyone's comments is something similar to this. I get to see what my child is doing in class. I get to follow my child's journey. I get to understand where he's struggling, and I have the resources to help him. Right? So inshallah, we will provide you with more and more resources to help your child and to ensure that they have a smooth hifz journey, inshallah. So last year, alhamdulillah, we've captured more than 100,000 lessons, and QuranBook is currently operating in 4 provinces across South Africa. And when it comes to QuranBook, you have an institution, you have a teacher, you have a student, and you have a parent. Now, the teacher is the one that basically, and the student are the ones that sit with each other on a day-to-day basis. And sometimes if the student does not know their work, or they haven't done good, they can make up stories to the parent. And sometimes the parent, if they are too busy and they don't have time to investigate, they then can go and complain to the teacher or to the institute, and this can lead to a broken communication. Whereas now with the app, the teacher captures what the child recites on the app, and instantly gets communicated with the parent. And whoever is the institution, like the principal, the admin, they also actually instantly see what the teacher is doing. So in this way, there's clear transparency as to what the teacher is doing, how the child is progressing, where the child is making mistakes. Everything is clear. So the institute can see it, the parent can see it, and the student is kept up to date by the teacher, like this is what you need to work on. So now everyone is in the loop and everyone knows what is going on. So alhamdulillah, that's the reason why we built QuranBook, to keep everyone on the same page. And QuranBook, what it does mainly is it helps teachers capture. So they capture lessons on a day-to-day basis and track lessons. So and then they also communicate this with the parents. That's where the parent part comes in. And then this is just lesson capturing processes. This is how a teacher would capture the lessons on QuranBook, and then teacher can capture rounds and exams, and they can capture attendance, and they can set targets. So targets for parents to see what the targets of the child are. And they also get reporting on their side. Now, all this is currently on the teacher application. This will come, a lot of these functionalities will come to the parent application, so that the parent can also see what is going on, and basically they can also have tools for tracking. Now, this is all in the teacher application currently, right? And then they also get to see, for instance, this is like a report. So you can see here, Juz 16, the student, he started on the 22nd of January. He finished it on the 2nd of February. It took 9 lessons for him to finish that Juz. And you have a nice summary how long it took this child to complete each Juz. When did it start? When did it end? How many lessons? So this is a nice summary that, you can see your child is progressing. Like for instance, here it took 12 lessons. What happened? Why did we take 12 lessons there? But here it took 7 lessons. MashaAllah, that was quite fast. Alhamdulillah. So these are all the tools that the teachers have at their fingertips currently, and this will come to the parents, inshallah, in due time. And we now have the communication. So QuranBook allows teachers to communicate via the app. So the parent can log into the application, and they can now see. Currently, the parent gets to see how their child is doing. Like, for instance, how many lines of new lesson the child has given for a particular day. Like this week now, you can see good year, and then he didn't give any lesson here. He gave a lesson here. So this is just a graph showing you if the child is giving their work on a day-to-day basis, like new lesson, because that indicates that the child is moving forward in the Quran. If the child is not giving any new lessons, it means the child is not moving forward. And if the child is not moving forward, it means that they will be kept behind, and they won't know their work, and they're going to take longer to finish. So the quicker you take action in assessing this and helping the student, the quicker the student can recover and get back on track in terms of giving new lessons, right? So you can make it overnight, 30 days, 60 days, 360 days, like you can go back in time. And also we launched, so in the beginning of the year, we launched the WhatsApp functionality, where you as a parent can WhatsApp the Quran number, and then you get a link, and then you click, and then it logs into the app. But yesterday, we launched the functionality where the teacher can WhatsApp the parent directly from the QuranBook app. They press a button, and then the parent gets a WhatsApp notification. I saw yesterday, many teachers just sent WhatsApp to all the parents yesterday of their school, and basically, so many of the parents have gotten those WhatsApp communications yesterday, and they were able to connect into the app and see their child's progress. So, alhamdulillah, this is just the last slide for those that are not using QuranBook currently, in case you want to go to your school. And because on the form we have some people that said no, they're not using QuranBook, and you want to go to your school and you want to encourage them to use the app. So as a parent, you can say use the app, and I'll pay for my child's app usage. So for current schools that be using the app last year, it is 20 Rand, and 30 Rand. And for new schools, for new people, new students, it's going to be 23 Rand and 34 Rand. And what you get for those prices, basically you get unlimited. The school they add as many teachers as they want. They can add as many guardians to the student's profile, and they can capture as many lessons as possible. And then they can capture everything like attendance, they can capture targets, they can set, like they can do like anything that is helping the teacher in assisting the child to complete, they can capture that, right? And then in the basic package, you only get app and email communication. So you have to log into the app and you get the email communication that will allow you to see the progress of your child. However, with the advanced, you get everything of the same. The only difference is there's WhatsApp communication added to it, right? And the reason why it's extra is because WhatsApp charges us to send messages to you, so to deliver it to you, right? And basically, the teacher can send a WhatsApp message every day to the parent, meaning that the parent will always be in the loop. So you don't have to log in, you don't have to do anything fancy. You get a WhatsApp message, you press a button, you see exactly what is happening in your child, in the classroom of your child, right? Alhamdulillah. So what we're going to do now is we're going to end the slideshow and we're going to go into the application itself, like the Quran book application itself. So this is a feature from the teacher's application. And in here, what happens is the teacher will press a WhatsApp button. Right? So I'm not sure if I can send a WhatsApp message now. Let me try. Okay, I can't send a WhatsApp message. I must wait 20 minutes. Right, so I did this demo yesterday with teachers. So I sent a WhatsApp message yesterday. So the teachers can only send a WhatsApp message every 24 hours once. So they don't want to spam the parents, inshallah. So what we're going to do now in this quick workshop is I'm going to go through the Quran book parent application, right? So many of you know you log into QuranBook via going to the portal application, right? So if you haven't logged in, right, can people just indicate if they haven't logged into the app yet, and then we can just assist those people quickly now. Let's see, there's nothing on YouTube. So is anyone on the stream currently that has not logged into the application, that has never seen in? At least we can help you now. If there isn't, then we can move on to the next step. If everyone has managed to log in, alhamdulillah, that's good. What if this is the parent workshop? Anyone? I'll give it a few seconds. In YouTube, you can type in the chat and we will see the message. Anyone that has not managed to log into the application that's currently watching live or on YouTube? Okay, Sheikh Muhammad Hussein, do you have anything to say there? Your mic is unmuted. Okay, I'm gonna mute you. Okay, so I'm gonna assume now everyone has managed to log into the application. So the way you log into the application is you receive an email. So for the first time, you receive an email from the school, and that email will allow you, will basically have the portal that you need to log into. It will have your email address that you log in with, and it will have your password. This is an old password, so don't use it. And then basically there's two videos that will show you how to install the application on your phone. Now I'm not going to play it here, but you can watch it on YouTube. If you go to Quran Book channel, like the place where this video is being live streamed on, you will see it on there, right? So let's continue with the application for now. I'm not going to get too complex. I'm going to keep it very, very basic and simple. So what happens in Quran book is the teacher captures work, and then the parent, they then get to see the work, the work the teacher captured. So if we go in here and I go to Musa Moses, I will see, so this is a new account I created yesterday. I see that there are lessons and that there are targets. So no targets has been captured for Musa Moses yet. But here I can see that Musa Moses gave some work yesterday, but today he hasn't given anything. Right? So this is what Quran Book gives me now. And then if I scroll down, I will see that this is the lessons that has been captured for him throughout. Now, with a white background, it means that this was the teacher that listened to the student. So if the background is white, it means the teacher listened to the student. And if the background is yellow, it means the teacher did not listen to the student, but a peer, another student listened to them. And you will see that student's name written there, and you will see the teacher that also captured the work. So in that way, you now know that this work wasn't listened by the teacher. And in a Hadith class, it's impossible for the teacher to listen to every child every day, all their work, right? So there must be times where students listen to each other, and also this way students are listening to each other. It also helps them improving their listening skills and them rectifying others, because that's also a skill that you require in when you're learning Quran. So this is just the overview of what this color difference means, right? So the yellow means a student listener, and this white means a teacher listener. Now, there are different lesson types that can also be captured in QuranBook. So I'll just take you to the teacher app quickly. So let's say I go to Musa Moses, and then what will happen is on the teacher side, they get to see this. They now see that Musa Moses' parent has read every lesson. Like they're basically on par with Musa Moses' tracking system. Like they know what is going on in Musa Moses' Hifz class, in his work and everything. So now if I go to start capturing, these are all the lesson types that we can capture in QuranBook. So the first one is called a new lesson. Now a new lesson is a lesson that a child is memorizing for the first time. Right? So they're memorizing a page, or half a page, or 2 pages. That's a new lesson. A recent lesson, in different schools, they have different ways of doing this. Some of it can be from the beginning of the current juz until where your current new lesson is. And in some other schools, it's maybe your last 5 new lessons. That is your recent lesson. And then an old lesson is anything that you've done some time back. Like let's say you are 10 juz now, and you're busy with the 11th juz. That other 10 juz becomes your old lesson. And a recent lesson, student listener. So this is the instance where, so all new lessons must be recited to a teacher. Right? So new lesson cannot be recited to a student. But recent lesson, because if the teacher deems, you know what, you know your new lesson very well, I'll let you recite it to a student, right? To make sure, because I've listened to your work and you know your work. Then an old lesson can also be recited to a student. And then the next thing is inside reading. In the Johannesburg region, we would call this Nadira, where you would read in the Quran, and you would be, basically, the teacher would say like what you need to improve on at home. And then we have other. So other is just a lesson type that is basically anything that's not Quran related. So if a child is maybe doing the surah, and they busy with alif, ba, and harakat, or whatever, and then the teacher can capture that, and then that gets communicated with the parent. So let's say now, this is the teacher application. The teacher is going to capture a new lesson. So when the teacher captures a new lesson, the teacher will now capture verse to verse, right? And it will take the teacher to the last verse the teacher captured yesterday. So the student, if we go back to Musa Moses on the parent side, we will see the last successful new lesson. Here's a new lesson. Sorry, that's not a successful one. The last successful one was here. He stopped at Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu dhkuru ni'matallahi alaykum. So if we go back in here, we will see that this is the new verse, and the verse he stopped at was there. So it takes the teacher to the verse that he must now do. So the child can't say, oh, I did this, I must start back somewhere. No, the teacher knows exactly where the child stopped yesterday and where they are now. So the teacher will say, okay, you'll start there. And then it will show the teacher Surah Ma'idah, and it will show everything in there, and the teacher will say, start. And when the teacher presses the start button, the teacher will sit with us. So they will now see the mistakes, the tajweed, the stucks. And as the child decides, when they make a mistake, the teacher will capture. When they make a tajweed, the teacher will capture. And then when they are done, the teacher will press proceed. and then the teacher will now indicate where they stopped. So they will say, okay, the child stopped there. And they will enter, let's say this was 10 lines, right? And then the teacher will say, good work, mashallah, right? So this is now the teacher capturing work. So the teacher does all this and the teacher says save. Now because the teacher said save, if the teacher goes back to Moses, the teacher will now see there's one unread lesson. If there's multiple audience on the student's profile, it will show, let's say there's mother and father, it will then show 2 unread lessons, which means the mother and father didn't view this lesson. The teacher left a comment in there, and basically you can see what's happening. So now if the parent goes onto the app and they go onto their dashboard, they will now see you have 1 unread lesson update. So there's 1 lesson that you haven't read yet. Right? So you can either click on view all, or you can click on the student and you can see this is the lesson that you haven't viewed yet, right? So if I click on view all, I will see these are all the lessons that the teacher hasn't viewed, the parent hasn't viewed. So now I click on view, and then I can now get to see the update. Now, when I see the update, the new feature that we are launching today for the first time, it's never been seen before, is that as you read as a parent, you see that this is the child read from there till there, and they got that percentage, and the teacher said, mashallah. You as a parent can now leave a comment. You can now add your comment onto the lesson and say, he studied, or rather, this is a good work. So the teacher said good work, and then you can say shukran. He sat for 1 hour learning yesterday. Right? So as a parent now, you have the ability to leave a comment, and you press comment, and your comment is now added to this lesson. So that's the teacher comment. And now going forward in the future, what you're going to do is we're going to give the ability for the teacher to reply to this comment. And then for you as a parent to reply back to that comment. So that this lesson can then have a thread. So if a lesson is weak, and not only one parent, if there's mother and father, they can both put their comments in here, inshallah. So that is, in a nutshell, one of the main new feature that was deployed is the fact that you can comment on the lesson that your child has recited. One other thing that I didn't mention is that there's this thing that says could not complete, right? So when a child, so if a teacher refreshes here now, you will see that there's 0 unread lessons because the parent did read that lesson. So if I go back into here and I click on, let's say, old lesson now, I'm going to click on Juz. You're going to click on Juz 4, child in quarters. So sometimes what can happen is the child would recite Juz 4, quarter 1, Juz 4, quarter 2, Juz 4, quarter. So this is one Juz the child is reciting. But what the teacher will do is they will capture that lessons. So they will capture the mistakes of quarter 1 in here. And then they will capture the mistakes of quarter 2 in here. And then they will capture the mistakes or that read made in quarter 3 in here. And then they will do the same for quarter 4. And then they will press proceed. And then they will have a nice overview of how much mistakes the child made in each quarter of the juz that they were reciting in. And the teacher can say, can do better, right? You knew this better the last time. Teacher puts some comment in there, all right? So it is good. The teacher say you can do better. Now the teacher presses save. Now if we go back in there, we will see there's an unread lesson. Now, when we go back to the Guardian side, and I just refresh now. Oh, I forgot to mention the graph did move up in here, right? It's a new lesson, the graph did move up. But what we see here now is that the parent can now see that this lesson here, the teacher left a comment, can do better, right? The teacher can come here and say, some things came up yesterday. He was unable to sit and go over his work. So now, as a parent, if something came up, you can comment it in there and comment it in the lesson. So when in the future you want to sit down with a parent or the teacher, and this can all be printed out and all the lessons can be viewed and all the comments is in there. And this is always accessible to you as a parent. Let's just see if the 20 minutes has passed by, if I can send a WhatsApp message. Before I do that, I'll have to open up something else quickly. The WhatsApp number. Okay, it's not on here. So we will leave the WhatsApp for now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave the floor open for questions, inshallah. Any questions? Before we continue. So there's no questions on the Zoom. There's no questions on YouTube. So is everything, I'm assuming everything is clear then, if there are no questions. Okay, so we'll showcase the WhatsApp functionality now. Hopefully I'm able to send a message. Okay, so there's a question that came in. If two different parents comment, does it show who made the comment? Yes, currently it doesn't do that, but we do have the details in the background of who made the comment. So we will show that in the near future update, inshallah. We'll show who made the comment, and we will also show you if the teacher read the comment. So you'll be able to see, did the teacher read my comment? Like, was the comment delivered to the teacher? So that's an important part. So that you'll also be able to see from the comment section in the near update, inshallah. How do I add my husband as a parent on my profile? So you don't add your husband as a parent on your profile. What needs to happen is you have to contact the school. So let's say in this case here, if I go to Musa Moses, so the school will now go to Musa. So Musa Moses is your child. So they will go to the profile of Musa Moses, and then they will see that Musa Moses has this is details, and then this is his guardian's details. And then the school can go and they can then add, let's say they're going to add another guardian. So the school can go and they will add, for instance, let's add a guardian. So I'm going to call this guardian, let's call this the mother. So the mother, I forgot, Fatima, right? Moses. So we're adding the mother here. And then just going to add a email there. You say Fatima, and her phone number is, let's say, just the number quickly, 061-526-3729. So now we're adding Fatima as a guardian, and then we say save. So now the mother has been added to the application. So similarly, the father can be added. And then what happens is, as soon as the teacher adds the parent will get an email. So as you can see there, we get an email, and the email will say, this is your username, and that is your password, right? So now we're going to log out of the other parents. We're going to log in with a new one. So you'll copy the username, right? And then you'll copy the password. And when you copy the password, make sure you copy any full stops, anything that's in this section here must be copied. It must be 8 characters long. Anything after the password must be copied. And then you press sign in, and then it will ask you to enter your own password. All right. So now, as we can see, your password must contain all these criteria, and then you proceed. And now Fatima has been added, and she's now in Musa's account, right? And she can now see what is going on. And this comment has already been left there. Currently, there's only one parent that can comment, but because this feature was just released today, right? So the ability to comment, but in a future release, both parents will be able to add a comment, and the teacher will be able to comment back, and you'll be able to see who made the comment, and you will see if the teacher read the comment, inshallah. Is there another question there? Okay, so that question was deleted. Okay, so that's basically one of the ways. So now the other thing I wanted to show you is now if the teacher comes here, you see that Yusuf Moses is confirmed. Fatima was not confirmed, but if I refresh, Fatima is confirmed now. So she has managed to log into the application. So the school can also track that. So if the school goes to people, they go to parents and guardians, they can see how many parents have not logged into the app, how many parents haven't accessed the application. And they can then proactively go and take steps in ensuring that the parents log into the application. So let's just go to Musa Moses again quickly. So what we notice now is there's 0 unread lessons. But now if I capture a lesson from Musa Moses, right? Let's say I capture old lesson, I capture half. I'm just going to capture something quickly for now, right? Just to capture something. Say good. Save. Now when we go to Musa Moses, we see we only did one lesson. Only one lesson was captured. But the teacher now sees there are 2 unread lessons. 2 unread lessons, right? Now if I click on view details, we will see that 1 is unread from Fatima Moses and 1 is unread from Yusuf Moses. And so Yusuf Moses didn't read and Fatima didn't. So the teacher can now say, okay, I see that Yusuf has read other lessons. And you only, the unread lesson counter will only start from the day you were added. So it's not going to, because Musa Moses has like, let's say 100 lessons captured. If you are added today, that 100 lessons is not going to be marked as unread because you weren't there. You only from the time you were added, that is the time you will see the unread lessons, right? So in this case, this parent didn't read this yet, so I can send a WhatsApp message. And then it says WhatsApp message sent, right? So now if I go to WhatsApp, you will see that this is the WhatsApp number. The parent will get an email, will get a WhatsApp, and it will tell them, Assalamu alaikum, you have 100 lesson updates in QuranBook. Click the button below to access them, right? So if you click on that, then it will log the parent in, and it will show you you have 100 lessons. So this is now directly in the palm of your hands. Right? You get the WhatsApp message, you press the button, there's no need to type in a password and a username and anything like that, then you are logged in, right? And now they can click on view the unread lessons and they can see there was just 1, half 2. They can click on view update and they now get to see this. Now, you notice that there is no comment section here at the bottom. Why is there no comment section? It's because this is a different browser I've opened now. And in this browser, I don't have the update of the application yet. So I just need to refresh the page a little bit, even once, and then I will see the comment section. So on your phone, what you need to do is a quick way to refresh the application on your phone is that I'll just show quick. So is that you take the phone and you drag. So you can get instant update. The phone will either update itself or you can drag down the app, like you just drag on the home screen. Just put your finger somewhere in the middle and drag down, and then you will see the update, and then you will see the ability to leave a comment on there for the teacher, inshallah. So that's about it for now. Any more questions? We've got about 5 minutes left. The gist of the workshop is complete. So we've managed to cover everything that was intended to be covered in this workshop. So this, inshallah, for parents that are watching later, there will be much more new features that will be coming out, inshallah. And those are the ability to comment. And we'll also, inshallah, be showcasing, many parents have requested, this graph shows you how much lessons the child gave per day, right? So the parents want to see how many lessons did my child give per week, how many lessons did my child give per month, how many lessons did my child give for this quarter, how many pages did he memorize. So those are all data that we can produce within QuranBook, because we have all the lessons, the lines that are captured and all that, right? So all that will be added onto the app, inshallah, and you will be able to see that over due time, inshallah. Khair. Any more questions? I'll just give it a few seconds. So if there is no more questions, inshallah, then I think we can call it the early day. The recording will be available on YouTube, and I think the shorter it is, the more appealing it will be for people to just watch the whole thing, inshallah. So I think we'll end it off there for now. Jazakallah khair, everyone, for taking the time out in taking that step in seeing how you can join or basically be part of your child's journey and choosing QuranBook as a method for that, right? Alhamdulillah, we developed the application, but without the parents, the teachers, and the students that are using the application, we cannot develop anything. Like, we started with a simple idea of capturing lessons, but today we are at a stage where we are delivering direct WhatsApp communication to the parents via a click of a button. Now, that would not have been possible if it wasn't for the input of the teachers, the parents that have said, you know what, can you add this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And alhamdulillah, with time, we can do many things. And your suggestions and your participation is really appreciated. One other thing that I forgot to mention is that we have a QuranBook WhatsApp group for parents. And in that group, we have one for teachers and we have one for parents. So a QuranBook WhatsApp group for teachers and parents. I'm thinking, how am I going to share that now? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to email everyone the WhatsApp group, right? And then inshallah, you can join the WhatsApp group in that way. I will send you a link to join the WhatsApp group, or we will send it also to the schools to forward it to you. And then you can join that parent group. And then as we make updates, because there's many parents that are giving us suggestions, but we have a teacher group and all the teachers give suggestions in that group, which is nice, centralized, and other teachers can see what other teachers are saying. So we want to have a similar concept for parents, where we have a WhatsApp group and parents can make suggestions, add this maybe to the app, this would be useful. And we take that information, we jot it down, we add it to our roadmap, and then as time goes by, we develop it, and inshallah, you will then have access to that and the ability to benefit from being like part of that group, is you're able to contribute in how the app is developed further. Inshallah, the teacher app is very minimal, the parent app is very minimal at the moment. So there's much space or room for improvement in the space. And inshallah, with your help, we can go places. Inshallah, Jazakallah khair everyone for joining the meeting. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, so someone just messaged in the YouTube now. I'm not able to see the comment update. So we mentioned the way you do that is you refresh the application. And one of the ways you refresh the application is you will pull the screen down on your phone. You will just pull it down. You'll put your screen, you'll do a refresh thing, and then Once that happens, you will be able to see the comment, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.